Welcome back to another episode of The Dog Track, presented by Diesel Golf, and we wish Roback. I wear a medium, he wears a large, and Brady's a Roback hater, so don't send him.
I'm probably closer to an extra large most days.
I thought you wanted a large. I'll take a medium though, but don't send him anything. He's not a Roback guy, but I'll take him all day. So we appreciate y'all listening to or watching the first episode. It was fun. We're back again. I guess we can jump in. Well, we're missing two important people to talk about the match. Mitchell's probably pressed about yesterday. There was a second match, and then Jeremy, he's just bailing on us. So, y'all jump into the match, though?
Yeah, that's fine.
Zach was there.
I need to pull it up on 18 so I can kind of relive the shot.
Score shot by shot.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, there was a match between Jeremy and Mitchell that last week we talked about, and everybody made their picks. We all picked Jeremy.
by 3 strokes.
By 3 strokes. Jeremy, what did he say, 89?
Yeah.
Jeremy said he's going to shoot at 89. Mitchell said 88 because he said he's going to beat Jeremy. Nobody picked Mitchell. Nobody at all. Nobody. Let me read it. Nobody picked Mitchell. But here's the thing. I believe that Jeremy can shoot in the 80s because I've seen him do it. Nobody's seen Mitchell shoot in the 80s, have we?
No, not live. This was the first time.
Not with a group. Solo, he shot.
Not with people watching the score.
Solo, he shot in the 70s. But with group, never seen it. So they teed off Friday, Saturday?
Saturday, yeah. Jeremy shot a 90 and Mitch got an 87.
God, 87 from
and
the boy.
It was pretty dominant. We played the back nine first because it was slow.
And at point, the back nine, I think, is harder than... Well, no, the back nine's
easier because it's wide open.
Yeah.
And then Mitch had three pars in a row on the front. And Jeremy had bogue, par.
Do you think... Usually we play Mitchell... He doesn't take it super seriously. Did he seem like he's taking it seriously?
He never used the wedge for putting.
That's how you know he's serious. Because he always uses his wedge to putt every once in a while.
I told him I didn't like being on his team because you'll get close and competitive, and then he putts with the wedge.
Either that or he'll putt one-handed.
It's all or nothing when I'm playing competitive, especially on teams. Because people don't forget.
And in our group, it's too much trash talk to. Because I thrive off that trash talk.
I
thrive, especially when you beat a single-digit handicapper. I thrive off that trash talk.
No, hold on. Single digit.
I wanted to get this out of the way. I'm glad that I'm already out of the competition because now the pressure's off. Like, all I have to do is just redeem myself. All the pressure's on Casey to keep his up.
Your boy's 3-0.
He's undefeated.
Which
so
they don't know about that. You can tell them about the tournament. You go ahead. We got the bracket memorized.
You'll have to post the bracket on there.
So we basically did a bracket. We pulled seeds, and we're kind of seeing who, for this season of golf, is the number 1 ranked golfer. And who'd you play first?
I played Jeremy first.
Whooped him.
And that's the one I got the eagle on.
Oh, yeah.
Got the eagle, and he couldn't hold it together.
He fell apart, which we were only doing 9-hole matches. Mitchell yesterday won an 18-hole match with me and ours. We're tied after 9 anyway, so it's a good match. But then me and Brady played, whooped him, absolutely whooped the man.
Not just a beat.
I think my 18 birdies handicap's a 15, and that's very generous. I'm more like a 27.
Oh, my God.
Okay, maybe I play like a 15. Brady's what, a 6?
No.
Oh,
my God.
9.9.
Yeah.
What was it?
Lately.
It was a 9. It was a 9.3 when we played, and I gave you 4 strokes.
It didn't matter. I didn't need him. We still do it. Even if we would have 18, I would have finished this man.
Yeah.
He was on
the 9, I had you by 2 strokes straight up, but
then overall.
Yeah. If I would have played 18,
we agreed
I would have lost.
We agree. Yeah, for sure.
That's the downside, though, of being the lowest digit handicap is that everybody wants strokes all the time.
Yeah.
And you can't give them to them because then they do what I do and they just talk trash the whole time when they take it. But so the tournament now is, I beat Brady, and then Brady lost to Jeremy.
Yeah.
So Brady went out quick, and now Zach was just waiting, and me and Mitchell had to play yesterday. Somebody tell me how Mitchell shot at 87 and then comes back yesterday and shoots a 101.
Fluke 87.
And he's not here to defend himself, so we're about to rip him apart. There may have been some fluke in the 80s. Nobody's seen him shoot in the 80s before. Nobody has. And then he randomly does it against Jeremy, and then he comes back with a 101.
I told Jeremy post-match, I said, if I wasn't there to witness it,
You
I
wouldn't
would
believe
not have believed it. Because
Because
Mitch has a 77. Real loose on the scorecard at Indian Pines when he was alone. And
nobody was there. Wait, was he? Does he claim Michael was there?
no, I think it was solo.
Okay, I was about to say. I said it on the last episode, but I've seen him and Michael when they're together play very loose golf.
Very loose.
Yeah, where drops don't matter. Sometimes you don't even count the drops.
When me and Mitch played at RTJ, he lost 2 sleeves on the first 3 holes. it was gone. And then he
Pro
scored.
ones?
Oh, yeah. No, they were TP5s last year. And then he got a 95 for the
That
day.
same day?
The same day.
That's why me and your boy down there play them cut golf ball. Cut, if you're listening, we're dedicated, 100% dedicated. So the match is over. Mitchell whooped Jeremy's tail, and then Jeremy's battling back. Shooting what did he shoot? 99 yesterday with me. I think he shot 99.
What did he shoot whenever me and him played?
Yeah, where's he at? What did he shoot? Because he's trying to claim.
So he played 3 days in a row.
That's a different type budget. My budget doesn't allow that per my wife.
I didn't expect him to come out yesterday. But why is his handicap on 18 birdies 20? What is it?
25.
Because he's kept it on Garmin for so long when we all had the Garmin watches.
So his 18 birdies don't have all his streaks of 80s in there?
Right, yeah. He doesn't have any of that
now he's trying to play off that 25? That's what we like to call disgusting in the golf world.
He shot an 89 with me at point on Sunday.
And you shot an 82?
83.
Yeah. Respectable. I mean,
yeah, I didn't feel like I played great. I missed. Jeremy can tell you.
Jeremy's telling me you missed some putts like
Dude,
this far in the hole. He said you didn't even line them up. You just walked up and kind of tapped.
And they were like, just either they would
the spark. That's the spark behind the
fly by it, or just not even make it to the hole. And I don't know what was going on.
So those little small putts were the difference between the 82 and you being in the 70s the other day?
Yeah. Well, probably, being in the 70s for sure. Like, easily. Missed 2 or 3 footers.
Is that, you normally do that? Miss those kind of putts?
He's been known to in competition.
Yeah. I was about to say, I think it's been getting in my head lately. Like, I missed a few, and then I'm just like
overly cautious, and then I'll hook it one way or the other.
I think that's why I started just not lining them up, because I felt like I was taking too much time over them, and just like not even focusing.
If you miss one with us, because the next time you have that same putt, it's going to break out some. I've seen some stuff.
When we played at
it ain't good.
What's that course in Bull Creek? Me and Jeremy played against Mitch and Brady.
No, we played at Stillwater's.
Stillwater, that's where it was. And Brady was 3 feet out, and that thing went 10.
No, Brady.
It was like gas on it. It looked like a spark hit from the back of the ball.
Does Brady need to test out some new putters?
It's questionable.
Yeah, maybe because they're not Cobra like the rest of your clubs.
I know.
He needs that arm lock.
I could take
better control.
Yeah, probably.
I could take a thing from Cobra if they want to send me one.
Yeah, if you want to send one. But
or
otherwise,
2.
He's gonna keep that Scotty's just too hot. You keep blowing it hot.
I gotta figure it out, or either get rid of it. I don't know.
Just use the old.
It's always the club.
Use the old
that's
wedge.
my adage.
Yeah.
It's the club.
Use the old wedge to putt. Listen, I've been dedicated to my club since 2012. They're still in the bag, mainly because I want to buy new ones. But until I start getting beat by these jokers, I'm gonna keep playing the same clubs. So then we added Braid to the group, so now we've got real competition. Everybody else is we all stay the same.
I don't know. My last match against you, I won.
Are you sure that's the last match?
That's the last one I remember solo.
I need to check 18 birdies and make sure that's true. I'm just glad that I'd rather lose to Zach than Jeremy, so I'm glad my last 2 or 3 I got back on Jeremy.
I just remember the driver started falling apart on the back 9. I switched to the 3-wood because it was reliable.
That's another thing when you're playing with a group of buddies and the driver gets put up. Oh, you know that they're about to start talking too.
Oh yeah, when you pull the 3-wood out on the tee box, everybody's like, "Uh-oh."
He's too serious.
Yeah.
I'd rather figure it out with my driver or drop than pull out the 3-wood.
I can't. My pride. I hate when it gets close and the driver just fails you. You start sending them right.
I hate when it's close. Like yesterday, me and Jeremy were 1 stroke apart in 18's fairway. I hate driving.
It's terrible.
18's fairway.
I've got where I pull 3-wood on 18.
Yeah,
I can just send it down the hill and then chip up.
I've thought a lot about that hole lately, and probably all year this year I played it with a hybrid off the tee just to get it out there on that flat spot. Well,
because it'll roll downhill.
Yeah, it'll get out to that little flat spot, and then you can just try to throw a wedge, P wedge
That's when I wish
something.
I could get that 2-iron in my bag, so I could actually hit it.
What kind is it?
TaylorMade.
Hey.
The 2-iron.
I hit a TaylorMade 2-iron the other day. I think I was one of the second or third shots with it, and that thing is so smooth. I love them.
I wish I could hit mine. Mine don't do nothing but go about 110.
I swung a 2-iron in the Bay, the Superstore a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
I was swinging as hard as I could, and I couldn't get more than I can get out of my hybrid. I said, nope, I'm just going to keep the club I got.
Put it back in. I guess we'll jump into, so that was the match. Mitchell surprised everybody.
Yep.
Nobody
Underdog.
saw that coming. We said we were going to talk about the rules of golf, which is funny because two club link Jeremy ain't here to defend himself, but we're going to figure out, we'll let y'all decide. We're going to talk about some of the drops we've had and we've seen, and nobody said anything, and then y'all can kind of tell us what we're doing wrong, because Jeremy swears he sends us the USGA rules every time.
Very liberal rules.
He lives by that thing. He's got to be searching something different than what we're actually doing. For instance, let's get into our drop, because Jeremy ain't here to defend himself, but
yeah.
So in me and Brady's match, you were there, right? That day?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So good. All three of us there and witnessed it. I drove it right off the fairway, and it was apparently I didn't see it. I never saw it. Landed under a log. Is this
and
true?
Someone picked it up.
Is this true?
It's true.
I'm looking for my ball, and I hear my competitor, the man I'm playing against, the man I'm riding a cart with, so he knew I wasn't sabotaging nothing. He heard all my conversations, say, here's your ball, and instead of pointing to it, what'd you do?
I picked it up.
He picked my ball up, and I'm probably 15 yards away. And so Jeremy's standing there, and he tosses me the ball, and I'm like, well, I didn't know where it was, so I go back, and I drop it close to the area. It wasn't under a log when I dropped it. And then Jeremy's complaining the whole time because I gave it a better lie.
And you didn't. Did he argue like that you
That I
should have
didn't take
taken a stroke?
Yeah, that I didn't take a stroke. He wanted me to take a stroke or put it back under the log. But my argument was I never saw it under a log. My competitor picked it up and tossed it to me. So I placed it back to my best knowledge where it was. And I'm not going to believe where Jeremy said it was. That's one thing.
I'm all with just the drop in the area
Yeah.
without advancing it.
And I mean the reason that I picked it up was because I also hit over there, and I
thought it was yours.
I thought it could have been
rolled
mine.
down through the hedges.
Mine was on the other side of the bushes actually, but yeah, I picked it up thinking it could have been mine. I wanted to see what it was, and I mean, I don't even remember. I guess I tossed it back to Jeremy because he threw it to you. But
I'm thankful you picked it up.
Either way, if you would have walked over there where it was originally laying, I would have been like, yeah.
But even if it was under the log, I would have had the argument of, wouldn't that be a loose impediment, and I could pick the log up and move it?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even have cared. Yeah. Honestly, like.
Well, and if it's under the log, we don't have tour money to hit damaged clubs.
That's what, like, I would.
So anybody would be granted free relief on that.
Yeah.
I probably would have moved. If it was a movable, I would have moved it anyway. But it's always funny that Jeremy's the one that, like, we were talking about it before off camera, where he tried to make you feel guilty about your drop. But we call Jeremy old two club link Jeremy because sometimes he'll hit it. I guess we need to really start specifying. We need to figure out what OB means to us, because like a lot of times we hit OB, we just drop it back in the fairway. When really, shouldn't we be going back to the tee box and re-teeing it up?
That or in the area, right?
I've always heard you get between you and the green and where your ball is, and you can go back as far as you want.
Yeah.
But I can't go to a fairway, and I can't go forward. But I can stay in that line and go. I can go back 50 yards if I want.
That's how I thought that it was.
Do it?
Yeah.
Jeremy goes 90.
He'll cross the cart path.
He did it yesterday. He dropped it on 12. Jeremy, you can leave your comment below. I know it's coming.
He's gonna link something.
He hit it on 12 on the right side of the fairway, under a tree in the dirt. Picks it up, goes to the left side of the cart path into the fairway and drops it. And then we try to call him out and say that's a stroke. And he said, no, it's because I was in the dirt and I couldn't hit my club out of that. I'm all fine for you putting it in a better spot so you don't mess your club up, but you don't get to go to the fairway.
And to be fair, his partner, Brady, when we were playing in a match, they shanked one right. OB across the path in the woods. They come, I guess it had to be 10 yards from the spot it probably went out, across the cart path.
And gave it to him?
And played it
It's
from
almost
there.
like Jeremy said.
And then they got close.
It's almost like Jeremy said, come on, Brady, we can do this, I promise. And Brady's like, okay.
They had been down all day, so, rules get loose.
Yeah, they get real loose.
I talked him back from where he wanted to originally drop it. He was going to go, like, in the, the short grass. And I was like, let's just, at least give it a little bit more room.
But he loves some rules.
So he does have accomplices.
Yeah. So now we know.
It's not just Jeremy. Well, and that's the thing. It's like most of the time we're playing so loose. It's like, well, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
And then it gets down to a stroke or two. Then you're like, well, maybe we should have counted that different back
Maybe it
there.
should have been. That's what.
Because you'll get mad on a couple holes. You'll double and triple, and then it gets down to the end. You're only a stroke or two off. You're like, dang, all these strokes do count.
Y'all saw it last night in the group text where I ended up beating Jeremy yesterday, and then he comes back with a screenshot says, by the way, it's a 7, not an 8.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
at that point, I think I beat him by 2 or 3 strokes. So it wouldn't have,
2 strokes. Yeah, it was 2.
So between that and him saying he didn't know what the score was, which I ain't buying, Jeremy, because you were writing down, you had the scorecard in your cart. And so he claimed that it was really a 7. But who knows? He wasn't in the match. It was me versus Mitchell, so we're letting Jeremy do what Jeremy does. Jeremy just being Jeremy.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out, so what's the point of provisionals off the tee, hitting 3 off the tee then, if you're just going to go up there and drop?
Yeah, I don't know that either.
So I think the rule is
I thought if you hit it straight out of bounds, you have to.
you can re-tee it, or for 2, re-tee it, swing in 2, or you can take advancement of where the ball went out, and then you're swinging 3.
I thought you were swinging 3 off the tee. When you tee
No,
back
it's
up,
2 because you don't take any advancement in the
what?
ball and the movement. So you're not moving it forward. You're just re-teeing.
So
so you only lose the original
the advantage
ball.
is you may drive it down the middle and be a little closer hitting 3 than where you drop 3.
Yeah, I guess
Right.
that's the only thing I could just think of.
But then it gets into the whole, there's the red stakes and yellow stakes, and
Well, I've never even played by the stakes for us.
I haven't either.
'Cause as
yeah,
long as,
if you can get a club on it, I mean,
I'm swinging.
yeah.
But the problem is a lot of us don't get clubs on it, and we end up just dropping and just rolling it into the fairway.
Yeah.
But for now, I mean, it's fine buddy golf, but it is frustrating when you play, you're done at 18 and you get beat, and you're thinking, well, dang, maybe I shouldn't have gave him that free drop in the fairway. He should have been having to go back to the tee box and hit 2, or he should have stayed right there and just moved backwards.
Or if we plan on any of these scramble tournaments, like the time when we played in Noonan, and that 2-man, or it was a 4-man scramble, but it was 2 and 2, and it's like, if you don't start playing by the rules then when there's money on the line, where's the line on what kind of drop you're going to be allowed?
I've seen some very, very loose play in 4-man scrambles before.
Oh, yeah.
Some very, very loose.
And that's why they did it. It was City Tour. They do a tournament. So it was me, Jeremy, Casey, and Mitch. Well, the teams are split up. So there's another group of 2 with us that keeps our score, and then we keep their score to prevent what happens in some local tournaments.
I was about to say, even then, you can get somebody paired with somebody that wants to do the same thing.
Well, Jeremy and, was it him and Philip, or him and you that played out at that 2-man scramble at the Fields?
That was y'all 2, right?
No, it was him and Bean.
him and Bean, yeah.
They were playing against 2 other guys, and there's a hole where the 2 other guys were like, come on, bro, just give us a par, because they haven't bogeyed anything all day.
And then they ended up winning.
Yeah, and then Jeremy and Bean said, yeah, that's fine, write down a par if you let us write down this on this hole. And then that team ended up winning, and you're thinking, well, what if it came down to 1 stroke? And Bean, it's all because Bean and Jeremy said, yeah, you don't have to write down bogey, you have to write down. You can write down
because they were like 6 under.
Yeah.
When everybody else was 2 or 3.
I guess unless you're playing under a camera and you got people watching on TV, they're gonna be. Which that's crazy to me too in golf, is how people can. You've seen it where like people go on Twitter or something like, yo, his club touched the sand, nobody else saw it, and then after the tournament's over, that person gets strokes.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
And used to, they could call in.
Yeah.
They could call in mid-round, which they've changed that.
Which you got to keep an eye on Patrick Reed anyways. Him and Jeremy have a lot of similarities.
Oh, man.
Very similar. On that drop he had last year when it was impacted.
Oh, yeah.
And then he just fluffed it up.
Oh, he acted like, what'd he do? He started to pick it up. He's like, oh, it's embedded or something like that.
Yeah.
He claimed it was embedded. And then he'll take his 3-wood and kind of push behind it and act like he's going to hit 3-wood. He's like, no, I think I'm going to go iron instead. All he does is fluff the grass down. I'm thinking him and Jeremy have a lot. Jeremy's going to be mad because already doing the back. This is what happens when you don't come to the podcast.
Yeah, you got to show up to defend yourself.
Defend yourself. But he, a lot of similarities between the way the 2 play. Mitchell sometimes gets loose too.
Especially on drop count. Drop count is
one
of the things Mitchell will burn through.
You've got to count Mitchell's strokes for him.
And when he walks in the woods.
Oh, it happened yesterday in our match. He's talking about, he walks out, he goes, oh, that's a 6 for me. I said, it's a 7. He goes, oh, you're right, 7. Like, he knew in his head, like, it didn't take no time for him to, like, let me recount. He's like, you're right, 7.
So he's trying to shade
He's just seeing if he could get away with it. I'm like, dude, I counted for you.
We played with Mitchell one time in Indian Pines. It's me and Jeremy versus y'all two.
I don't want to talk about that.
And Mitchell sent one on a laser into the woods.
Said he'll find it.
And then he said, I'll find that. I mean, it was 30 feet in the air, on a line, and he comes walking out and draws. He said, no, I found it. Yeah. He said, you want me to walk you in the woods and show you?
Exactly where I picked it up.
I said, Casey, you're a man of integrity here. And you go honor this. And boy, sure enough, he got par.
What was it, the day we played Indian Pines that was that the day, the last time you beat me? The only time you beat me? Indian Pines straight up?
No.
But it came down to like the hole that goes back towards the driving range by the road. And there was a hole before that where there's some kind of issue with a drop, because I remember being so angry. And then we were all arguing. And the next tee box, me and Jeremy are still arguing with each other. And it's like to the point where this thing got to where nobody's really talking. And then of course
it gets
I
silent
leave.
on the box. It's like,
yeah.
Nobody said anything.
It's always over strokes and drops because we don't know the rules.
Yeah, and we play so loosely that when it's time to actually count it, it's like, well, we weren't counting them earlier.
Yeah.
You did that earlier and it didn't count.
I think that's what it was. I claimed that Jeremy did something on one hole and then I did something on another hole. I said, it's the same thing you did. And then he's like, no. And then we all just went at it. And then I ended up losing to Zach. Only time I've ever lost. Only time.
No, because, it was on 9 coming around the hill. I lost my ball in the center of the fairway. It was center of the fairway. We couldn't find it. We all saw it. Me, Casey, and Jeremy saw it. The ball was center of the fairway.
Jeremy's words were, we're going to let him drop for free because we know it's here somewhere.
Right. Grass grows up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was center of the fairway, and then I got up from like 2:15.
Did you just say grass grows up in the center of the fairway?
At Indian Pines, it does.
His ball is not in the center of the fairway. I think it was either drawing or fading, and it rolled more than you thought it did. And then Jeremy said, bro, let's just let him drop in the middle of the fairway.
Because we had people behind us, they stack them.
And then, of course, that helped Zach in his favor. And then I tried to do something similar later in the round. And I said, Zach just did it? No, that's because his was in the middle.
We had 4 eyes on it going in the middle, but we couldn't find it.
So I think our resolution for 2022 golf is to figure out
learn
the
rules.
Yeah.
Learn the actual rules and try to play by them.
Especially if we're going to be playing, like, having seeds and stuff now and trying to go on these videos. The last thing I do was, when we upload these videos of us doing challenges, is us not knowing the rules and everybody in the comments just blasting us.
Yeah.
Like, y'all don't know anything about golf.
I know. There's one more, too, when we were at Maple Ridge with Jeremy.
Oh,
while we're on the subject. This one
it was what? It was hole 16.
No. It was way before that. It was before that par 3 across the water. That's like,
so maybe it's like 12
it
or
was
13.
12 or 13. I can't remember.
Jeremy hits to the edge, right where my ball is.
Of the water, yeah.
I chip, and mine goes into the water. I drop, and then I chipped again.
Talk about this, because I remember
Jeremy's is in the same spot. He swings, hits it twice, and it moves like 6 inches total.
So that was 2 strokes just there.
He picks the ball up, goes back to where he originally crossed the water at, because it's just a little inlet.
And this ain't no scramble.
And then swings and plays it. And doesn't even count those 2 strokes.
He gets mad that we even say we count 2. And then, because he's in a match with Brady. And Brady
he's beating Brady.
Yeah. And then Brady, if I was Brady, I would have said, ain't no way. But Brady says, whatever you can live with at night.
Yeah.
And Jeremy can live with anything. Jeremy took that dub, not once. And then the next day, we tried to say, or we were texting.
And that's the round that eliminated Brady.
That was.
Yeah.
That's how he got out of the tournament.
I went up, like 2 or 3 strokes, because it either doubled or tripled or something. Well, I guess he doubled maybe. But 2 holes after that, hit one in the woods. I lost 3 balls on 1 hole, and that just took me out. I was
done. Take you out too.
Well,
but then when we texted about it and said y'all should play again. And I remember Jeremy get so mad he quit texting us, didn't he?
He just stopped.
He stopped until like a few days later. But he was like, no. He said, man, if that's how y'all feel, we'll just say Brady won. He's trying to do that pity.
Yeah.
And we're like, we can't have it like that.
He's
y'all just play again.
He's gonna send a text as soon as you upload this.
Yeah, he's gonna say, bro, that's not what happened. Jeremy, get here next time you defend your case. Next week we'll have Jeremy on and we'll recap it all.
Recap hole 13 in Maple Ridge.
Yeah. But that one was very loose how that happened. I don't think if he would have been playing with a random group and they were actually competitive, people would not have let that happen. They'd be like, what are you doing? Oh, this is how me and my buddies do it back. You get 2 shots.
Don't include me in that conversation. You start referring to people.
You get 2, and if you don't like them, you can pick up and go back and try again.
I was about to say, I don't know.
I haven't done it. But I'm sure Jeremy will be a keyboard warrior. He'll be in the group. So we'll figure that out before we start posting videos, because I'm not trying to get made fun of on YouTube about our rules.
I know my swing's going to get criticism
Oh,
day
God.
one, so I don't even want to see it.
I remember when we went and filmed that video at, what was that, Bull Creek?
Yeah.
And I watched my swing back. And it was only a 6-hole video we filmed. I watched my swing. I said, this is awful. I don't know.
Awful. It was
And then we
every
were
bit of
scrambling.
progress you think you've made, and you're like, I look terrible.
And through 6 holes, we were scrambling, and we were all like, oh, we'll be 2-3 under. I think we ended up being over.
Yeah, we were over.
That's
That was
the worst.
4-man scramble.
Yeah, that's the worst. But anything else you want to say about Jeremy? Yeah, we'll quit bad-mouthing them and let them defend themselves next time they come at it. Let's jump in. We'll jump into our predictions for the champs this year before we close this out with our.
Oh yeah, I need to pull mine up.
Yeah.
So we all right, coming back. Thanks for the word from our sponsors. We're coming back. All right, we're going to jump into predictions. Like we were saying, Foreplay did this a few weeks ago, and I thought it'd be cool for us to make our picks and see when it happens who came the closest or anything. So we'll start down here with Zach. Let's start with the Masters. First major of the year. Before we do this, what's everybody's favorite major?
I think the Masters has to be the peak,
I think so.
just because of the location and
Location.
course history.
And how they broadcast it like all week.
Yeah.
You can
And
watch
the
it
watch
app. The
anywhere.
app's the best
Oh, yeah.
app of all.
all the time. And it's
Yeah.
always up there. And there's they do the little short videos sometimes, like the.
You can watch every single
Yeah.
golfer's
Yep.
every single shot. That's my favorite part,
Um,
especially like working during it.
Yeah.
So I like the Masters. That's probably my favorite, and just the history of it. And I feel like every other championship, if I wanted to go, I could probably go. The Masters just has that. What is it?
That
Exclusivity,
aura, yeah.
You have to get almost invited like the players.
I love it though. So that's everybody's favorite Masters.
Yeah,
for sure.
or the
I think-
Ryder Cup. The Ryder Cup's always just
Yeah.
nice to watch because it feels like the Olympics. It's
Ryder
like,
Cup and President's Cup. I get so excited watching that.
it doesn't matter what's going on, country-wise or anything. When the Olympics come on, that's everybody bands together for Team
Yeah.
USA. That's how it is for the Ryder Cup. It's
That's
like
the only time of year I'll root for Patrick Reed if he's there.
the captain.
The captain. I'll root for him, but especially was it last year when JT he made that putt? He said, and him and Tiger were just sitting there together, and they were getting all hype. Oh my God! He's like, "You get that?" I was
Yeah.
like, love it. Can't wait for it. We'll have a whole special episode when that gets when that time's up. So Masters picks. Here we go.
I like Xander. I think he's due. He's played really good lately. I think he's
Xander Schauffele
very, very competitive.
at the Masters. I like Rahm. I'm a big Rahm guy. He's just got that thing to him where I feel like when he gets locked in, he can just focus and
Makes
pull it
every
off.
putt.
Yeah, it's kind of intimidating. Like if I was playing with him, I'd be kind of scared of him. But no, I think he's due for one, and he's just on fire. Like I think he's gonna heat up.
Well, I got the guy who held him off this past week in Hawaii, Cam Smith.
Held him off, but did you see what Rahm did though?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
the
He
fight
did
he
it.
had. Now him and JT too. That's your boy, ain't it?
Yeah, I like JT.
But,
Just being a Bama grad.
Oh yeah.
Cam has finished. Cam's finished. Let's see, top 10, 3 out of the last 4 times he's played at the Masters too.
Oh, so he's if you're doing that, then you know the course.
And he
pretty
set
well.
the course record this weekend. 34 under, or it's the lowest
Yeah.
PGA
Look,
score.
There's a meme. It was Ron is like when somebody tells you you're gonna shoot 32 under, but you still lose the tournament.
Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
just sitting there mad. I
Yeah.
could not imagine doing that. So we got the Masters. Mitchell's probably gonna say something like Tiger Woods if he was here.
Tiger's always got it.
Yeah.
If Tiger
If
warms up,
if he plays, I don't
Yeah.
think he's gonna play.
I think he'll play just to play. Because he said he's going to pick and choose where he plays. He's not going to be full
You
time.
think he'll do it just to show up?
Well,
Well, he's gonna
he's
be
got
there
the automatic
regardless.
invite
Yeah.
anyway, so
That's true.
Jeremy
think
would
it's
probably
the
pick
one he'll
somebody
play.
like who do you think Jeremy would pick?
I think Bryson's due for especially after last year when he's like he'll play like a par
the thing I don't know
70.
about Bryce, because he says stuff like that and he tries to. I feel like Augusta, you have to play it almost like it was intended to score
Yeah.
low, and he
Yeah.
goes out there, he's trying to do what he does. I don't think it's going to work out there.
A lot of people, I think like Jack had that argument last year whenever he was claiming that it's like a par 64, 65
Oh,
or something
yeah.
like that. And Jack was like, no, this is like a second shot course. Like you got to have the second shot in your bag, not just slamming one as far as you can down the course.
But he plays so well out of the rough
That's
that
true.
that it doesn't matter most times.
Yeah.
It's almost where he's always at, is the rough.
Yeah.
All right, the PGA Championship. Part of me wanted to pick Jason Duffner just because I like Duffner. He's won it a long time ago, but he doesn't really play that much. So I'm going with the man who's going to win it, JT.
I just don't think JT has it some days. When you watch him, he's so critical on some good shots.
Yeah.
Then when he misses, he just misses, and it's like a headspace
But you got to think, he's got, which I don't know if he had him I don't know when he started last year for him, but he's got Bones on the bag this year. I don't know if Bones was there during the majors last year.
I don't think so.
And from what they say, I don't know, I've never had a caddy, but it's a huge deal to have somebody that knows the course. Like Bones probably knows that course. Yeah, I like JT.
I got Brooks. He's always competitive. He's always there.
Especially in majors.
Yeah. Once he hunts, he's hunting.
What's he a top? He's always almost. I bet there's a crazy stat there. He's probably in the past however many majors, he's been in the top 10, I bet, or close to it. He's always in the run.
I got Colin Morikawa. This man has been. I mean, he's just lighting it up everywhere. Best iron player out there right now, and I believe he can. I mean, he can do whatever he wants to with a golf ball. So, I mean, he's got a really, really good shot at winning just about every tournament he's in, I believe.
And fun to watch.
Yeah.
Once he's dialed in and warmed up,
yeah,
he's throwing darts every single shot.
And he's just a cool guy, too, when you watch stuff about him.
It's crazy, like, how I guess all of them are super young, but he just looks young, but just
23
also.
23 or 24 looking.
Just so mature, like, talking like he's done it all his life. It's crazy.
And then on to the U.S. Open in June. Who y'all got?
Max Homa. He's due.
I love
He got a win last year. It was a long time coming. I think he's due for another. I think he's just competitive. One of the fan favorites.
When he
you can interact with him on Twitter,
which
is always nice.
Recently, he was one of their picks to like break into the top 10 world ranking or something.
It was something like that.
Because he's currently 35th, I think.
Yeah. That's right. You're right.
And they said he's just going to bust into the scene.
Yeah.
Well, last year was his first PGA Tour win, wasn't it?
Yeah.
First one?
Yeah, because he had been close.
He kind of gives me. I like Max Homa, but he kind of gives me. What's the dude with the bucket hat? Cancer on his hat? Joel Damon.
Yeah, Damon.
He gives me Joel Damon vibes, where they're just funny and good guys on tour, but they're not winners.
Yeah, he's funny on
like
Twitter. He's a great follow on Twitter.
I just don't think they're winners. Like Max Homa will probably end his career with
kind of like Kiz.
Oh yeah, Kiz.
Kiz, great dude.
Max Homa will probably end his career with 4 PGA Tour wins, but he's played in a ton of majors, makes a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Like a Matt Kuchar kind of guy.
Yeah. Well, it's like Kiz last year. They said, "Why are you playing?" He said, well, "I don't feel that competitive, but they pay you a lot for 80th."
Yeah.
Which is true. I'd be out there too if I had the chance.
Yep.
I'd be going. What about you? Who you got in U.S. Open?
So I got Bryson. I think didn't he win last year? I couldn't remember the U.S. Open.
Oh yeah.
Wingfoot. That's right. So yeah, I think he's gonna go back to back on the U.S. Open.
Through. They were like, there was a lot of pressure on him. He was taking them long.
It was either that tournament or the couple before that where he was like had multiple top 3 finishes, and then he won that one.
Yep.
And he won a couple more.
And he won at this course they're playing at in Massachusetts. He won there last year. So
he's got it.
I feel like he's got some good course knowledge, good memory. So.
And it was one of the first ones since his like drastic change.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, it is working, because he was like out driving everyone. He was up from long iron play, and they're like, this is just proven that it's working. And that's where I kind of started following him. I was like, I like this.
The mid-size grips.
Love jumbo. There's jumbo grips.
Yeah.
Love
He's got
them.
the Bryson hookup on his stuff. I've got the sleeper. I've got Jordan Spieth winning it. A lot of people think he's just a head case.
That's what I believe. I think he's good, and he's got it when he clicks. I think on the back 18, it always
well, even this week he was a top 10 this past week. He just wasn't good enough to win it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's playing well.
I've always been a Spieth fan. Like, whenever a few years ago, I was just like, Jordan Spieth. I mean, he should be top 10 like every time, just because of how good he plays. But like you said, like he's got a lot of mental stuff that he doesn't sort out.
He's close to Tiger talent as far as like age. When he was young, he just broke on tour, started winning them back to back, and
he's
a bad shot. Lost it. Got
Jordan.
too critical of it.
I love the commentary he gives himself.
And if it's silent, it's going to be close. He's like,
Yeah.
The way he talks to the ball. And then we got the Open in July. I'm going with Brooks just because it's just, I feel like numbers, statistics, he's got it. He's a majors guy, especially the Open. And he's going to show up.
St. Andrews, too.
He's going to want to win. It's going to mean a lot to him. And I think, too, especially if Bryson is playing good at the Open, Brooks is going to want to whoop Bryson's butt. And Brooks is going to get out there with the trophy.
I like Hideki. After the Masters win, kind of proved he's here.
I wish I could like more golf, but when they don't have personality, like they're just quiet.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't really root for you. I just wanted to see somebody with some personality.
I just think talent-wise, he's there.
Yeah.
After Hideki won the Masters last year, Japan pretty much exploded.
Oh yeah, they went crazy.
Yeah.
I remember watching Sports Center was like putting the clips up of people, and it was like ridiculous.
It's like the first winner, right?
Yeah.
Of the
I think
Masters.
so.
And then the photo of his caddy bowing.
Yeah,
That was cool. Paying respect to the course.
Instead
I'm
of
gonna be
saying
at
it's
point
just
on
a
18.
small par.
If I ever break 80 at point, I'm gonna bow to the course.
Yeah.
After I hit, what's it called, the gritty?
Oh yeah.
After I hit it,
Tearing ACL.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with a little on their side of the world player, Rory. I believe he'll be kind of feeling at home by then. He played decent this past year. I mean, I know he had a little ups and downs here lately, but I think he's going to finally pull through and maybe get a...
Here's my hot take on Rory. He won't win another major.
Dang. Never?
He won't complete the Grand Slam. He won't win another. He's done made a ton of money. He's set for life. I don't think he has that drive he had. Rory is not going to
I think
win
it's always so
another
funny when they talk about him in his hat size, like his head's so small. When he goes on tour, if they don't have it ready, was it the Ryder Cup? They didn't have the hats ready, so he had to wear like the normal hat.
Oh, yeah.
And it just didn't fit. So he didn't wear a hat the whole time.
It's always weird watching people not wear hats in golf. Like when you see people not wear
I like Bryson more with the regular hat. With the baseball hat, instead of that.
So you would never buy one of the Stewart paint?
I'm totally against it. I don't wear a hat now in general, except when I'm on the course.
That's what, yeah. Well, I wear a hat all the time. But, hey, I don't know if we talked about it last episode, but if you have spots we should go on a buddy golf trip, we're trying to plan one, let us know. Right now we're leaning towards, was it Myrtle Beach?
Myrtle Beach. Or
in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Every time I watch a thing on Tobacco Road, and you posted something on your story the other day,
Yeah.
I'm like, we got to go there.
Sunset pictures.
So good.
And it would be cool, too, to play that just because of how many professional golfers and these YouTube golfers and stuff that we watch have been there. It'd be cool to say we played the same course.
Yeah.
To me, it would.
Pinehurst is the same way because it's just got all the U.S.
history,
Open history, yeah.
And I'd have to make a 2-on-2 because you get that little coin that says I made a 2-on-2.
Mm-hmm.
So if you play the second course number 2 and you make a 2 out there anywhere, you get the coin.
They had a video the other day where they made a special 8-on-8.
I saw that.
Yeah, I did too.
I'd definitely get one of them.
Yeah.
That'd be the easier option.
I would definitely get one of them. But let us know where you think we should go. Those are where we're leaning. Even, what was the other one I sent y'all that's cheaper? It was, because we were talking about Pinehurst, and I said...
It was Tobacco Road.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And then we saw the one at Myrtle Beach, and it's just beautiful out there, too. So we got to pick one and go on one, and we'll do that. Last one, though. We're going to end this thing real quick, and I'm going to clip this and post this on social media. We, the guys here at BSG, we're calling out good golf. Now, we know you whoop our tail. I know we're new to it, and y'all got the OG, y'all are it, but we want y'all. Well, we want 3 of them.
Yeah, we'll take Steve, Bubby, and Matt.
And if this don't get you fired up, I'll say it because I've got the mouth. Y'all are the trash ones of the group. We want y'all 3. Y'all 3 versus us 5 in a scramble. We got the dub. I guarantee.
That'd be the great buddy trip.
Meet
them somewhere.
Meet y'all somewhere. They've played at in Sylacauga, that course. That's close to us. Farm Links.
Yep.
Y'all come back down to Farm Links. I know y'all are good friends with Purcell, the guy that owns it. We'll get down there and we'll play y'all 3 because we think we can beat at least y'all 3. Steve, you have that nasty slice. Not even as bad as mine. I think we can beat you. But we want good. I'm going to keep every episode. We're going to call it good until they see this and we get them. But don't think we hate you. We love watching good. So don't get mad at
love them.
But we just want to play. Anything else?
That's it.
We got you coming up. This man's about to go play Hawaii. Maybe he'll take some good photos for us.
Yeah, Kaanapali and then Iwa Beach.
And
one in Maui and then one on Oahu. 2 of the bigger
You're
islands.
island jumping.
Yeah, we're island hopping.
And this man, he's gonna bring everybody back a souvenir, a hat, a shirt, sleeve golf ball,
coconut bikini for each.
But he'll give us some photos, and then hopefully we'll have some matches between them. We'll fill y'all in.
We'll see if I can get Joni to film me some.
Oh, that's what we need. That's the footage we need. Barefoot out in the island playing golf.
Yes, sir.
You'd have to.
Maybe a couple of them Zach Radford stingers.
Ooh, yeah. Do you have a floral print golf shirt you can wear?
I got my Masters on the Azaleas. Speaking of which, Roback has been out of the Mahalo shirt for like 4 months. I've been trying to get it, knowing this trip was coming, and they haven't restocked.
Our good friends at Roback, can we get this man a shirt?
Please.
Not him. He doesn't like Roback. But the rest of us here on the set, we love Roback.
I have at least 10 in the closet.
What do you have against Roback?
I've never tried. I've never even worn anything. I was just messing with Zach about
get ready,
it.
because when we play scrambles, our official team uniform is the Roback.
We matched. The last time we played, we all had the.
Yeah,
we matched.
I'll wear it. I don't care.
Now, sometimes, Roback, I do have to use a firm to pay for that thing.
Same.
Because you be expensive on those shirts.
We need shipping discounts.
Yeah,
loyalty checkout.
Give us a dog track code, save 10%. We'll blast it.
Oh, we can do plenty of ads.
Yeah, we'll run Roback all day. I'm going to put that too and get them in it. But that's it for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching this. That'll help us out a lot. Or if you're listening, share it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And we'll see y'all. Well, he's going to be in Florida.
Hawaii.
Hawaii
Friday.
We'll be back next week as long as Mitchell and Jeremy are here. Jeremy, if you're watching, defend yourself.